As much as I love watching Mary go off, get fitter, flourish, be happy, I have to admit that there is a part of me right now that is really starting to struggle with my injury history and my current injury, because I've been out for nearly 4 weeks now and something has to change. But as you know, this channel is all about positivity, so here is what I propose to do. Once every month for the next 12 months, I am going to create a video exclusively dedicated to my progress towards Ironman August 2021, because I've had an injury-ravaged last 12 months. It has been awful. I am pretty much a broken man, haven't exercised for 4 weeks. But I always believe in using my story and my experiences to benefit everybody else. So it's going to be called Rebuilding Bridges. I thank you, play on words. And although possibly I'm going to get some bridge building enthusiasts suddenly find the channel, what I'm hoping to do is show you this journey in case you are on a similar journey. And to explain why I've called the first episode of the 12 Instrument Not Ornament, I need a guitar. Yeah, no, I can't play a guitar. And this lovely Bodhi ornament statue thing here. Actually, I'm not going to take this upstairs. Oh, I am. So let's start at the beginning of this horrific journey of mine. It's not horrific, but it's not very nice for me. A year ago, I was hit by a car and I broke my collarbone, and in retrospect, when I look back at it now, I rushed back into training. I was running within 2 to 3 weeks of the break, or cycling. I think maybe running was a couple of weeks later, but whatever it was, I started back too early. I didn't allow my body the time it needed to process both the trauma and probably the shock, if I'm honest. And that led me down the road of numerous injuries, one after another. Every time I got what I thought was back to full fitness, another injury would plague me and I would head back down. And it culminated with probably 4 or 5 weeks ago, maybe 6 weeks ago, I just got back from Croatia and boom, another injury out of nowhere, and I mean out of nowhere, just a real aggravation in the back of my body. Couldn't sleep properly, it hurt when I just stood up. And I thought, this is time to draw the line under this accident and last season and everything that's gone before now, and I really need to rebuild myself, my body, and importantly my mind, and that is what this video today is about. You see, if I'm honest, and I'm probably about to bare my soul here by the way, I probably have a slightly unhealthy relationship with my body. And I don't mean that in any way I restrict what I eat, or I eat and then I get rid of what I eat. I don't mean that. But what I mean is that since I was 18, I have had to have a six-pack. Which sounds ridiculous now that I say it. Which is why I've bought these up. This is essentially what having a six-pack in a lot of ways makes you. An ornament. It looks nice, but I don't necessarily think it helps me train or enhances my performance in any way. Whereas this is an instrument. It does things, and that doesn't sound nice, by the way, because I can't play the guitar, but it does things, it serves a purpose. It's what I want my body to be now, is an instrument. I need to start moving away from thinking like an ornament and moving towards an instrument. And that's thanks to Ross Edgley for that bit of wisdom, by the way. He always preaches being an instrument, not an ornament. And you can be both, by the way, but I'm just not certain that I'm more instrument than ornament. So let me tell you what I've done. That doesn't look good in the screen, does it? So let me tell you what I've done in the past 5 weeks that have got me to the place that I am at today, which I will explain later, but it's very positive. Last 5 weeks, or 5 weeks ago, I started a 14-day course of cryotherapy. It was once every day for 5 minutes in a cryo chamber, Mary and I, in the hope that this would sort out my injury. And I think although it sorted Mary out and she enjoyed it and definitely benefited from it, and I benefited mentally and energy level wise, it didn't cure my injury. And that was frustrating for me. So I rested. And rested. I'm rested. And the injury didn't go away. It still hurt every night, and I thought I'm gonna have to take further action here. So I booked myself to see a guy called Chris Barber, who is a physiotherapist and dry needling expert. And I had no idea, by the way, what dry needling was, but it had been recommended to me by a number of people. So I thought, this is worth a try. And this, by the way, is this week. So we're currently Saturday, and this was on Wednesday that I went to see Chris and had some dry needling done. I'm actually on my way right now to have dry needling done, and if you don't know what dry needling is, then I'm pretty much in the same boat as you, but I believe it's a deeper, more focused type of acupuncture, or perhaps it's that it goes in the muscle rather than just a skin layer. I don't know, I'll be able to feed that back in a minute. But don't say I never put my body through things for you as an experiment to see if they work, because apparently it's quite painful. And the moment I met Chris, I could tell he was extremely knowledgeable. We talked about my injury history, performed some tests, and then the dry needling began. So in the easiest way that I can explain it, dry needling's a form of acupuncture, like I said before, with a very fine needle that's inserted into the trigger points within your muscle for a matter of seconds, rather than left in there like acupuncture. It causes a small amount of muscular bleeding to promote blood flow and recovery, and causes the weirdest muscle spasm, ripple, cramp-like effect that can help release tight or spasmed muscles straight away. And believe you me, I felt it. But the mega encouraging thing is that after the appointment, Chris told me that he thinks that it is muscular tightness that is causing rubbing on my nerves, which is causing the discomfort. And actually, with the right stretches and exercises, I can train through this. You could not give me a better birthday present, because it was my birthday the next day. It made me feel amazing, and it led to this. So this happened 4 weeks to the day since I've exercised last. I finally got the okay to go ahead. So it's my birthday today, and we're out on a family run, only 5k because I haven't done anything for a long time, but I feel great. I feel like that was the news that I needed yesterday. I don't even care that it's raining hard, to be honest with you. I'm just happy we're out.
Getting soaked.
You know, this might be the best birthday present of them all. The fact that I've been told what the issue is and that I can train through it as long as I try and condition and strengthen and stretch. Oh man, this is good for the soul. And Mary had to bail early because she had a tight calf, and we thought that's the right thing to do. There's no point in taking risks right now when we're so close to her running a marathon attempt. And look at this, just as I come in, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but you see, rainbow, good omens. I cannot tell you how good that run felt. It was like I was set free. So where am I now? Well, this is episode 1 of 12 on my journey to Ironman Copenhagen. Episode 12, in theory, at the end of August, should be the race video. But I'm going to document myself all of the way, like I say, once a month, me training, everything I've done within that month to give you an idea of what I've been up to help you if you're injured, or if you're training for an Ironman or half Ironman or anything, you'll be able to see what I am doing exclusively towards that goal. But before that, I'm going to carry on with all of the strength and conditioning exercises that I was given by Chris and that I already had. I'm going to build up my running very carefully and gradually, starting with some easy 5Ks, and then I'm going to introduce some cycling and swimming. And I try and reprogram my mind so I stop thinking about trying to be an ornament and think about being an instrument instead. Push. Let it go, Bridges. And if you want to see what it takes to train for an Ironman or half Ironman or marathon, all of which are coming up, by the way, then follow along with the journey. And if you want to start thinking about being your own coach and learning more about your own running and triathlon journey, then here's a playlist of tutorials to help you, and I'll see you Wednesday for the next tutorial.